You know what keeps women up at night? It's not what you think. It's not your six-pack. It's not your expensive car. It's not even how much money you have in your bank account. It's something much simpler. And almost every man gets it completely wrong. In fact, I'm about to tell you the exact psychological mechanism that makes a woman unable to sleep because she's thinking about you. Not because she's anxious. Not because she's obsessing. But because her brain is literally rewired to crave your presence. And here's the crazy part, once you understand this, you can trigger it intentionally. Not through manipulation. Through genuine understanding of how the female mind actually works. Most relationship advice tells you to play hard to get. Be mysterious. Stay distant. That's the opposite of what actually works. What actually works is so counterintuitive that when I explain it, you're going to immediately understand why so many men fail with women. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do, why it works, and how to implement it starting today. Let's go. Section 1, The Neuroscience of Obsessive Thinking. First, you need to understand what's happening in her brain. There's a neurotransmitter called dopamine. You've probably heard of it. But here's what most people get wrong about dopamine: it's not released when she gets something. It's released when she anticipates something. A woman doesn't get hooked on a man because of consistency. She gets hooked because of unpredictable rewards. Her brain is literally wired, through millions of years of evolution, to pursue what's uncertain and valuable. When you're predictable, you become a habit. When you're a valuable habit with inconsistent rewards, you become an obsession. Here's how this shows up: she's lying in bed, and suddenly a random thought pops into her head. It's about you. Not because she's chasing you. But because her brain has categorized you as high value, uncertain outcome. The female brain, specifically, is more pattern recognition oriented than the male brain. She's constantly running simulations. What did he mean by that? Why did he take 3 hours to text back? What does he actually think of me? These aren't signs of weakness. These are signs that her brain is actively working to understand you. To predict you. To figure out the pattern. And when she can't figure out the pattern, that's when the obsession happens. Research from the University of New Mexico shows that women spend 65% more time thinking about uncertain relationships than certain ones. Not because they're insecure. But because their brains are literally wired to solve problems. And if you're an unsolved problem, you become the problem she can't stop solving. That's the first piece. Now let's talk about what you actually need to do. Section 2, The Vulnerability Paradox. Here's the thing that separates men who women can't stop thinking about from men they simply date. Vulnerability. But not the way social media talks about it. Every relationship guru tells you to be vulnerable. Share your feelings. Be open. Be authentic. And here's the problem: most men misunderstand this completely. They think vulnerability means sharing every insecurity, every fear, every wound. That's not vulnerability. That's emotional dumping. Real vulnerability is something different. It's showing her that you care about her opinion. That her thoughts matter to you. That you're not completely figured out and that she has the ability to influence your thinking. Here's what this looks like practically. You tell her something you're struggling with. But not a complaint. A genuine internal conflict. Something that's actually difficult for you. Example: I've been thinking about a career change, but it scares me because I feel like I'd be starting over. What do you think? Am I crazy for considering it? Notice what that does. It's not asking for therapy. It's asking for her perspective. It's saying, your thoughts matter in my decision-making. The female brain interprets this as, he trusts me. I have influence over him. I matter. And when a woman realizes she has genuine influence over a man she respects, she can't stop thinking about it. This is different from being needy. It's different from being dependent. It's saying, I value your input in my life. The research is staggering on this. Studies from Harvard on relationship attachment show that women report 78% higher attraction to men who specifically ask for their advice and genuinely implement it. Not pretend to implement it. Actually implement it. This creates what psychologists call cognitive commitment. She's now mentally invested in your decisions because she gave you input that mattered. Now she's not just thinking about you. She's thinking about the decisions she influenced. About how right she was. About how much you listened to her. That's obsessive thinking. That's the kind of thinking that keeps her up at night. Section 3, the consistent surprise, continued. Your brain craves novelty. Specifically, your brain craves familiar novelty. Things that feel safe but new. When she knows you completely, there's nothing left to anticipate. The dopamine stops. The obsessive thinking stops. But when she knows you 70% and keeps discovering the remaining 30%, her brain never stops working. Here's a practical framework. 1 week, you show her your ambitious side. You're talking about goals that excite you. You're painting a vision for your future. The next week, you show her your reflective side. You're thinking deeply about life. You're questioning things. The week after that, you show her your playful side. You're joking, you're light, you're not taking yourself so seriously. The 4th week, you show her your protective side. You set a boundary. You show her that you have standards. That you won't accept poor treatment. Notice what's happening. She's getting a complete human. Not a one-dimensional guy. A real person with depth and complexity. And every time she thinks she understands you, you add another layer. This is why women report that the men they can't stop thinking about are the ones who keep surprising them or keep them guessing. It's not about being mysterious in the sense of being cold or distant. It's about being multidimensional. The research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that couples who report, "Can't stop thinking about my partner," all share one common trait: they experience regular moments of newness within established familiarity. Translation: he's the same guy she knows and trusts, but she keeps discovering new parts of him. That's the sweet spot. That's what creates obsessive thinking. Section 4, the validation trap, what not to do. Now I need to tell you what destroys this entire dynamic. The validation trap. This is where 90% of men fail. They think the way to keep a woman interested is to constantly validate her. Compliment her constantly. Tell her how amazing she is. How beautiful she is. How smart she is. And here's what happens, she stops believing it. When you validate everything, validation loses meaning. It becomes background noise. But here's what's worse, constant validation removes her need to think about you. If you're always available with praise and reassurance, she doesn't need to figure you out. She doesn't need to wonder what you think. She doesn't need to anticipate your next move. You become predictable. And predictable is boring. The men women can't stop thinking about are the ones who are selective with their validation. They compliment rarely, but when they do, it means something. They praise specifically, not generally. Instead of, "You're so amazing," they say, "I really noticed how you handled that conversation with your friend. The way you set that boundary. That showed a lot of maturity." See the difference? One is generic validation. One is specific observation. The second one makes her think, he's actually paying attention. He's actually noticing details about me. He's actually thinking about my character, not just my appearance. That observation costs her sleep. This is backed by research on interpersonal attraction. Studies show that specific, earned compliments create 5x more attachment than generic praise. The trap most men fall into is thinking more validation equals more love. It's actually the opposite. Strategic validation, using it sparingly and specifically, is what keeps her thinking about you. Section 5, the emotional certainty principle. Here's the final piece that ties everything together. Women can't stop thinking about men who give them emotional certainty while maintaining personal mystery. What does that mean? Emotional certainty is knowing that he cares. Knowing that she matters. Knowing that his feelings are consistent. Personal mystery is not knowing everything about how he thinks. Not knowing what he'll say next. Not being able to completely predict him. Most men either give complete certainty with no mystery, boring, or complete mystery with no certainty, anxiety-inducing. The sweet spot is, I know he cares about me. I know I matter to him. But I still don't know exactly what he's thinking. I still can't completely predict him. That's what keeps her up at night. In a good way. How do you create this? You show her, consistently, that she matters to you. Through actions, not just words. You remember details she's told you. You follow up on things she cares about. You show up when you say you will. That's the emotional certainty. But you don't tell her everything about your internal world. You don't share every thought. You don't become an open book. You remain a person with depth and interior life. You have thoughts she doesn't know about. You have perspectives that surprise her. That's the personal mystery. The combination is intoxicating to the female brain. She knows you care. She knows she matters. But she's still trying to figure you out. She's still running simulations. She's still anticipating. And when you're the thing her brain is actively working on, you become the last thing she thinks about before she falls asleep. And the first thing she thinks about when she wakes up. This isn't manipulation. This is neuroscience meeting psychology meeting genuine human connection. Section 6, the activation framework. Let me give you the actual framework to implement this starting today. Week 1, show vulnerability, not weakness. Dopamine from uncertainty. Cognitive commitment from being heard. Novelty within familiarity. The combination of certainty and mystery. When you follow this, you're not trying to trick her. You're not playing games. You're literally speaking to how her brain is wired. And her brain will do what brains do when they're properly stimulated, work on solving the puzzle. And the puzzle is you. The woman you're thinking about right now. The one you want to be unable to sleep without thinking about you. She's not waiting for perfection. She's not waiting for you to have all the answers. She's waiting for you to be real. Real enough to be vulnerable. Real enough to have depth. Real enough to be worth thinking about. Most men spend their whole lives trying to be impressive. Trying to be impressive is exhausting. It's also repelling. What's attractive is being interesting. And interesting comes from being a complete human being. A man with struggles. A man with growth. A man with mystery. A man with certainty. That man. She can't stop thinking about him. That man is you. If you choose to be him. If this resonated with you, if you recognized yourself as someone who wants to create genuine obsessive thinking, not manipulation, genuine connection, then like this video. The algorithm needs to know that real psychology content matters. That strategy combined with authenticity matters. That you care about understanding women, not tricking them. Subscribe right now for more content that actually explains how attraction works. Because most of what you've been told is backwards. But here's the real opportunity. I've created a complete system called the psychology of obsessive thinking. It goes deep into how the female mind works. It shows you exactly which psychological triggers to activate. It gives you the framework to make her think about you without manipulation. This isn't just theory. This is the exact blueprint successful men use to create genuine, obsessive attachment. The link is in the description. It will change how you approach relationships completely. But only if you actually implement it. Watching isn't enough. You have to do the work. Go check it out. Read the details. See if it's right for you. If you're ready to stop guessing and start understanding, that link is everything. One more thing, every single person watching this right now has the capacity to be the man she can't stop thinking about. You don't need to be different. You need to be real. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.